stick away from the sweets. It was really difficult when we were out in season 1. But
what's your favorite dessert then?
Yeah. I like tiramisu. Anything I can bake myself is pretty good. I can do cheesecake. Yeah, I've done that. But speaking of making things happen, we're gonna make this draft happen. Show it up on the board. Look at these trends. You can't beat it. You can't beat just going from cheesecake talk to in the draft talk. Yeah, it's the transitions that just don't exist everywhere else.
Team Aster's turn to pick.
So here we are.
Are we seeing tiny bands? Of course we're seeing tiny bands. We're seeing Pango bands. All the broken heroes are out. Well, not really. We still have Spirit Breaker and Weaver. We're going to see Bane first pick, actually. Bane. So EHOME gets Spirit Breaker Weaver. It's going to be 1-0 EHOME. Aster is going to have to do their homework for game 2. Or the Spirit Breaker Grimstroke is also nice. Whatever you want to do, you have a lot of choices. There's a lot of good stuff out there, Bika. As you said, there's not just cheesecake, a lot of variations.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the marble cheesecake and raspberry. We went over this. I don't know why I continue to just name cheesecakes. Tres leches cake. That's a good one. I don't know if you've ever made that before. I made it before I went to season 1, and it was amazing.
Yeah. Dude, I bake a mean cheesecake. It's a family recipe that passed down for like 4 generations, I believe, at this point.
It's a lot of generations.
Yeah, and it's so good. I baked it for my brother's birthday at one point when I was younger, and I was like I stole the show, you know.
Nice.
So we don't see Spirit Breaker or Grimstock or anything like that. Rubik Ember. What the hell is this opening?
Ooh, we see, Rubik Ember, which is no surprise on the Rubik. Maybe this early it's a surprise, just because it's a planet hero that maybe gets picked later. Like it's not a first phase kind of thing that I thought we would see, honestly.
Yeah, I mean Ember, this patch is super strong. Full damage creeps with Slide, makes his laning way better. The Desolator got buffed. It's perfect for Ember. Carry Ember at least. Mid Ember can also build it if they want to.
Monkey King.
Straight Monkey King. Okay. I mean, it's not bad because you can kind of lane it wherever Ember goes, whether it's mid or carry or.
It's also really. Yeah, if it's mid carry or 4 position, line it up with something in the off lane. Because very well versed on Monkey King, and that is what gives you potentially the fear that it is going to be in the 4 position. You've also got Monet, who's played it pretty well.
Yeah, you had Ori too, though, who played it before, and he didn't play it super well. Didn't seem very familiar with the hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Now, is that something that when you were playing for a team and in your drafting, is there... not always, but is there sometimes just that, okay, we have good players on this hero, but we're going to throw somebody else on it, and you've made this decision to get something better for your other players? Like, is that something that is common? Because we've seen it a little bit more than I would think would be the baseline for some of these teams, where it's like, okay, well, you have players who play this hero, well, let's give it to somebody else.
It really depends on the team and the player, I'd say. Like there are some players that are really, let's call it confident, that even though they don't have a lot of experience on the hero, played it a ton, they think they will perform well anyway. Most of the time they don't, because it's just super hard.
Mm-hmm.
There's teams that put their carry and mid lane, like they swap the roles, or the lanes rather. Like if they play Monkey King middle, then the carry player would just play it and they just swap it like that. And then you have teams that just don't do it at all, right? Like Monkey King middle is just not an option because he doesn't like it, he didn't play it a lot. That's it. I think those are probably the 3 most common scenarios. I'm sure there's a couple more. We have seen sometimes when a support player suddenly plays the core role because he's really well versed on the hero. Happened with like Liquid back then. Like GH would play the Naga, and then Miracle would play support.
It definitely felt like there were some areas where like you just support would feel so good with a couple of these heroes. I would say like maybe not that we saw it, but Meepo would be an example of that if that were to happen elsewhere.
Meepo is insanely broken this patch.
There's just no real Meepo here
Team
players
Aster's turn
in
to
They're in
China.
China. Yeah. Yeah. Where are they?
I have no idea. Did you know anybody in the Chinese region who played Meepo? Like
No.
reliably?
No, actually, I was the only one that actually
10
touched the hero,
seconds
like at
remaining.
all.
5 seconds remaining.
Hmm. Shrek
Dire
ban.
team ban.
A Visage ban. Okay.
Yeah, Visage is very strong against Bane and Monkey. Of course, you can find a Monkey in the trees easily, and Bane can get cancelled by the bird drop very easily. And EHOME likes to play it as well. They're just banning all
10 seconds remaining.
the passive damage heroes. IO gone, DP gone, Lash gone.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team
Time to
pick.
ban Mirana. I guess they don't want to have the
Team
Bane Mirana
Aster's
combo.
turn to pick.
Enchantress.
And now
Enchantress.
a team finally gets the Enchantress, a hero we've been seeing get banned quite a bit actually in the second phase, surprisingly enough. And well, now we're here.
10
It's strong
seconds
in
remaining.
this draft, or against these heroes, in particular these two. Like
5
Bane can't really
seconds
fight
remaining.
these Chen Ench heroes that just get a creep and rack the Bane with it. And
Right.
you can dispel the Monkey King's Jingle with it. That's pretty good, pretty neat.
And I guess we're still hitting this kind of zoo meta, where now it feels like neutrals just are super strong.
Yeah, if Aster's not careful and they don't pick like some good AoE clearance, I wouldn't mind seeing like a Lycan from EHOME.
Do you think that you end up taking something like the Doom?
For Aster,
Yeah,
it's an option for sure. They
because
could
he's
also
got
pick the Chen.
options too, right? With the Devour.
He does. Or Klings is a pretty neat option as well. Or you could take all your bonus time now.
We've seen it, and those teams usually end up losing the match.
Yeah. Gotta know what you want.
Team
But Lionel is a
Aster's
smart guy, I'm
turn
sure he
to
does.
Void incarnate.
Void against Ember. At this point, I would probably say Ember has a little bit of an advantage because of the buffs he just got. What else do you want to pick on Aster? Want to reveal your carry
10
now?
seconds
No,
remaining.
probably not. Like you want to pick the off lane and then keep it open with a
5
Monkey's
seconds
4 or
remaining.
carry. It's probably going to be a 4 though, because you don't want to land it into Inch. More bonus time. Are they not happy with the Void Spirit pick perhaps? Is Ori saying, I didn't want that, why did you pick that for me?
Now they
Go
go
for the
Mars
offlane,
for
yeah.
XXS.
Mm-hmm.
Leaves
It's
Monkey
good.
King as a possibility of going one, and we've seen Mars definitely
He's very hit or
be a
miss.
very. I guess that's with
10
who it
seconds
is, right?
remaining.
Like we've seen some offlane players,
5
Faith
seconds
Beyond, if I want to
remaining.
name one, and it's weird naming him in this situation, not play well on Mars.
Yeah, missing many spears. It's just a very comfort feel kind of hero. So, yeah, I mean, any skill shot hero is, right? Like sometimes you play a patch game, you hit 20 hooks in a row, and other times you miss 20 in a row. And you're like, it's one of those. Oh,
Team Aster's turn to ban.
Wraith King.
Okay.
wow. Very unorthodox carry. Haven't seen that in a long time.
Dire team ban.
I don't know. We've seen Wraith Kings kind of get punished and bullied.
Yeah, but it's very hard to bully a Wraith King Ench lane. That lane is so incredibly strong. You get one creep, you stun, you get slowed by the creep, you get slowed by
10
Ench, the creep
seconds
hits you,
remaining.
Wraith King hits you, the skeletons hit you, everything hits you. You just die. There's not a whole lot of
5
counterplay,
seconds
honestly.
remaining. Team Aster's turn to ban.
They banned the PL despite having the Ember. Okay, interesting. But the new PL is very strong if you get him like as a last pick, so can't be
Is he
faulted for
still
that.
is he still good here against like illusions if you're banning the PL and maybe banning the Naga Siren?
I think Naga would be still very strong. It's just people don't really respect Naga yet. You know, like the new Naga is very strong, and once people actually show how strong it is, it would be
10
we'll see
seconds
more play
remaining.
and more bans. But as of now, it didn't have enough playtime, I
5
believe.
seconds remaining.
So people won't really be banning it out. Would be a good pick though.
Team Aster's turn to
Ban the
pick.
PA. Pretty interesting bans. Not the heroes that I thought would have been the strongest here. But
The PL
yeah,
feels super strong. I'm not too super shocked on that. Feels like PL kind of gets out of control really quickly at level 10.
yeah,
10 seconds remaining.
yeah. And the diffuser blade is also 800 gold cheaper now.
5 seconds remaining.
Or 600? 600 gold cheaper. Which is actually quite a big deal, because you hit your timing much faster.
Dire team pick.
Okay.
Troll Warlord. Okay, now you have the choice to pick an offlaner. Counter Troll. What's that, B-Cop?
Counter the
Necrophos.
trolls.
10
Something to
seconds
kite. Yeah,
remaining.
wouldn't be that bad.
What else?
5 seconds remaining.
Daxia? No, it's banned already. I like Odie as well. I got nerfed quite a bit.
Brewmaster. Okay, I mean that gets the kiting that you want.
Yeah. It checks the boxes. I like it. I don't know how comfortable Zeal is on it.
That's the problem. We've been not really seeing Zeal feel comfortable. At least in my eyes, I haven't really felt his comfortableness. Or like I haven't seen him show it.
When he's on Pango, he could probably play at like a, you know, top 1, I'm gonna win TI level, but you need more heroes than 1.
Yeah. But maybe here with Planet on the Rubik, you can make something happen. There are plenty of things here that you'd love to steal. I don't think it's going to be an Ags Rubik kind of game, as much as I would love to see Rubik with the 2 spell steal, but it just doesn't feel like that's what it's going to be here for Planet. But it's still very probable that we get a decent Planet Rubik game. There's a hole here where control for the side of EHOME. For Aster, there's potential in control. You know, it's not a given that Aether Remnant's not going to hit. It's not a given that Spear's going to hit. You do have Nightmare to set up those things, and maybe you land a Boundless Strike here or there as well. So it's not like complete control. But for EHOME, I kind of like their draft a little bit more.
Yeah, I probably agree. I'm not the biggest fan of Troll last pick like that, because it didn't really counter any of the core matchups.
Mm-hmm.
I think they kind of just picked it because it was comfort for them. Now they're stuck with it. It can work for sure, of course. Troll is a strong hero still. But I agree. I like EHOME's draft a little bit more. Easier to execute.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So let's get into one of this bracket round 2 matchup. We'll see what
happens. First blood.
Second blood.
Third blood.
Overkill.
Monster kill. Oh, actually, yeah, we might see a first blood here.
Kilimanjaro.
But Night Vision Bane, how is that balanced? Oof. 5
Everybody
bans.
slowed.
Did I? Dang.
We thought we were gonna get that,
30
but
seconds to
we all
go.
got slowed.
How is Bane night vision balanced?
I guess.
Wow, instant D-Ward. Yeah, shouldn't have turned around then and hit him.
Who? What was it? The Enchantress who put that down?
What, the sentry?
Yeah. Bought a
Yeah.
salve immediately with that gold.
Yep.
The battle
They're trying to get this bounty rune. It's the only one EHOME's
And
gonna
just
get.
be careful.
And ZCQ taking a lot of damage. They throw the Cinder Brew on. They've got Impetus in a second. They'll throw it over onto Monet. And the slow once again. And Q. He's got Brain Sap, so not in too much danger.
It's such a weird beginning to the lane. I have no region left down here anymore.
You have been denied.
Yeah, they have 2 tangos. They have, you know, some regen.
This
Nothing
one was
crazy.
always mine.
Yeah, let's see how Ori's gonna do in this matchup. I said I'd probably give a slight advantage to Ember Spirit at this point.
Why the slight advantage?
Because a slight change. And also you can't really take off the Flame God as easily anymore because it's only a percentage damage that it takes now, not the 100. What was it, 70% now, right? Yeah.
So it's hard to break through that flame guard these days.
Yep. Which is pretty significant for a couple of these matchups.
Shiro and ZZQ, not the easiest lane to execute in the beginning, but as that goes on, it should get somewhere with a creep here or there and a stun and a potential chase. Like we talked about. All of a sudden, it's Picky who's just standing up in front, trying to make something happen. There's a Nightmare out, gets pulled off Zeal. They've got the slow. Nightmare again, and pulling it back and forth. They've telekinesis him in a bit of a bad spot, and with the Cinder Brew, they've got the Fade Bolt for the kill.
What is this?
Yeah, I almost think they welcome a
Positioning.
lot. Like, he got 2 Fate Bolts off in that fight, which means they fought for at least 16 seconds. They must have been very sure they were gonna win that skirmish, but obviously there was a miscalculation.
So Zeal 1-1 build. We saw a different build from the Brewmaster yesterday, where it was 1-0-1. Not that that was a massive change or anything, but it does give you the Cinder Brew, and you can just Fade Bolt and ignite it.
Yeah, I like the triple nuke in this lane. If you just get to max it, it's gonna be very powerful.
I got stories.
Stepping up as the Bane isn't so easy, where you just get hit with the telekinesis, thunderclap, cinder brood, fade bolt, and all of a sudden you're taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we saw it there, he just died. Monet's taking a bunch of damage.
Yeah, so that cinder brew will ignite. You've got Zeal level 2 with the cinder brew, so it's 150 ignite damage, and the movement slow is 28%. And when you're standing right where the creeps are and you're not really evading anything, it does feel like it could be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, most certainly.
Probably bracer for Zeal. Going Earn and then Boots, and Planet, he's going into the Boots. I'm interested to see what he's going to build. As we've talked about Planet feeling like he might be the next big Rubik player.
Are fortified.
Or not. It's a very hard title to obtain.
Certainly hard to obtain.
Excellent.
As we're looking mid, and Ori, he's level 5 before 70, and he's also sitting a little bit lower than this Ember.
Yeah.
The matchup's
although
going really
he
well
did
for him,
the
though.
lane. Yeah.
Cinder Brew, Fade Bolt once again. And then they throw the thunderclap. You've got whirling axes, but Monet, he's standing there taking a lot of damage. He's got the early ring of health, which will help out. And he gets passed over for a salve, but that's it. They are officially out of regen in this lane.
Yeah, but Brewmaster's also out of mana, so the offensive capabilities are very limited for them as well. And the Ring of Health now should easily be able to sustain him.
We will in fact have to see if they can make anything more happen. And Monet's been given a little bit of time in the solo experience, so he's level 4 before both Planet and Zeal. So, a little bit of a back and forth between the Bane and the Rubik. You get level 4 here for Zeal. He finally picks up the Drunken Brawler.
Yeah, 1 level into it. Pretty value early on.
Shiro.
Damage. There's a TP2 from Ori.
Yeah, he is in some trouble. They've got the balance strike coming out, and Shiro's gonna die here with Ori making the rotation.
Makes me wonder if they actually needed Ori or not.
Well, he does get the kill, so it's gold for him. He's okay with that. And the entire time, though, ZZQ, he's over here with a Warpine Raider, and will get spotted. So Ori, all of a sudden, turns around. The Primal Spring misses, but ZZQ's still not in a great spot. They've got the Astral Step. They'll get the kill. This Enchantress is just found very far out of place. They also bring in Piku to try and maybe harass 7E as they get one more hit, and they'll get the Jingu. So 7E's going to take a lot of damage here from this Monkey King.
Yeah, he's actually going heavy into the Jingu against an Enchantress, no less. Very interesting. Worked out so far for him, so can't really fault him, right?
Now level 5, going 131 for the Brewmaster.
Yeah, Trolls is still sitting here though, also free farming. They're both sort of just trading farms, sitting at the same CS. Wraith King, however, is losing quite hard up that lane. He is 700 levels behind.
He's sitting under the tower and in the trees. Like, it's not easy for him.
Yeah, he's 2 levels behind the Mar as well. Now 1. Ember being top though. For what though? Question mark.
Yeah, Ori's here. ZZQ comes over, and the arena's available, so going far on this might really bite them pretty hard. It feels like not 7E, but all of EHOME are a little bit lost.
Yeah, like this Mars right now is not an easy kill whatsoever. He's gonna be having his armlet soon. Once that's up, it's gonna be even harder. And yeah, Wraith King is not feeling very comfortable here at all. Definitely also, right? He was already pretty low on net worth. That TP made it a little bit worse even.
Troll top of the net worth right now. Pretty much free farming.
You have been denied.
Yep, going into the Fury.
And they're gonna look to get 7E.
He does have mana for Remnant out.
There, but well, he's not gonna be the one who picks it up.
I think if Bobuka stuns a little bit earlier, he's just dead, no?
Maybe.
Because he still had an Astral Step as well. Well, he wanted to get the bonus damage, of course, with the Jingu. But might not have
I wonder if
needed.
they'll set up to go after him once he comes back into the lane. At least right now, it looks like Bobuka's going back towards top. Not that he's entirely needed. XXS can have a free lane at the moment.
Yeah, it's very scary when Master's such a good early game. Absolutely crushing it. Wraith King retreats into the jungle. Not the worst for Wraith King, of course. He does have his Skelly Bros. But the top tower is pretty much gone at this point.
Radiant structures are fortified.
The question is, I guess, do they react to try and save their own bottom tier 1 with Zeal just hitting it? I don't really feel like they needed to give this one away. But now with the Wraith King joining in, wonder what they're gonna do.
Very late though.
Yep. They already lost it. Telekinesis throwing XXS back and looking for the primal split. They got the kill into 7E. They're going to lose XXS. He couldn't normally toggle his way out of that one, and now no Nightmare. Makes this Bane very susceptible to just getting chased. And there's the ignite damage from the Cinder Brew. They've got the right clicks coming in. They'll go to the primal split. Ori's here. And now he's kind of in a rough spot because of the primal split. They've cycloned him up into the air planet. It's got telekinesis. They have Fable. They have the Wraith Fire Blast and the kill onto the Void Spirit. Very late reactions coming in all over the place from Aster, and it cost them 3 heroes.
Yeah, I don't know why they even wanted to try and defend that tower. It's a pretty amateur mistake, I gotta admit, because you don't fight for objectives. I mean, or rather, you don't fight when there's no objectives. The tower was already gone. Then Masterpiece instantly gets taken out because the enemy showed like 3 heroes there already and just kind of walked into them. And then Ember sort of does the same thing. And at least they killed 7E before Ori died, but still, like the trade is definitely a very good one for EHOME. They made up like 2k gold in that engagement. Or that sequence of event, rather.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it was either defend it early or don't defend it at all.
Yeah, we have a Fiend script ready though. He's keeping 1 level free though for the reincarnation, so they won't be able to kill this Wraith King.
Radiant are scanning.
Smoked by Zeal and Planet. They don't have primal split though. Look over, Fiend's Grip used. That's out onto 7E. Ori's going to get the kill there and take out this Ember. That is now the second time that 7E's died. He died a little while back, and now a second time here. Is just struggling compared to Ori, even though Ori had in that engagement. So 800 gold between the two of them. Wraith King starting to pull ahead, and maybe not too much of a surprise when you're able to use those skeletons, and he gets a couple of kills that they might have wanted back, but are they still here? They steal the Aether Remnant, which telekinesis into the Aether Remnant maybe makes it possible to get a kill here or there. Planet certainly capable of making it happen for sure. So he's looking for that Blink Dagger. He's looking for that opportunity to maybe be that initiator and make something happen with the help of the Brewmaster.
Pudding! Just as I blink back into the cast. Sorry, I was in the other dimension. I got Astraled. I'm back now.
Now it's on cooldown.
I managed to dodge the Meteor Hammer.
Phase shift.
No, I just walked away.
Stunning Fists, Searing Chains, and into the Dissimulate. Aether Remnant doesn't land from the Rubik.
Yeah, but the tower is also just gone. Like the skeletons will deal way too much damage, and they have no intention of even trying to fight. Very interesting because they have all their ults. Only thing that's missing is the grip. Did they end up killing some of the grip?
Yeah, 7E.
7E, okay. Good pick off then. Definitely want to delay him as long as possible. And he's sitting very poor on the net worth right now.
Obika has Diffusal flying out.
Oh wow, he's rich. Against the Wraith King too, that could be perfect timing. Because he doesn't want to go into the shard before the Desu at least.
Yeah. Shard is available in 2 minutes, but if they can get the mana out of the hands of this Wraith King, it's not like he has a massive mana pool anyway.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah,
and they know exactly where he is. They want to go.
He does
for
have a
him.
Soul Ring though, which is always pretty nice. But Soul Ring alone will not help you because you don't get enough mana back.
Yeah, it's 150 when you need 100.
Another grip.
Yeah, Fiend's Grip and using
a little bit too much, perhaps. A little bit too much.
Just a little bit. That was quite a lot. They're going to get the Sleight of Fist Searing Chains out onto Piku as well as Bobica, but they still get the kill on the Planet. The Wraith Fire Blast comes out onto Bobica, who there were some right clicks. Is starting to take the mana out of the hands of Shiro and surviving, but Piku dies. Bobica goes down. Searing Chains out onto Monet.
Monet is old.
And finally gets it off, but he'll be cycloned up. So there's not much Ori can do. He doesn't have the mana to help him out, and eventually this troll will die. Looked like there was opportunity there for Aster to keep this one going, but the fight split up a bit too much, and they used everything to get a kill on Azeel the first time.
Why did they commit so much on Zeal? Like, I think 2 ults would have been more than enough, no? Honestly, even that 1 grip plus a spear would have been enough. With just right clicks. And then you still have the ults in case they actually want to fight. Because if that Wraith King runs in after, he gets defused, Monkey King ults on top, he's just dead. He can't get enough mana back.
Behold, a sudden
At least you had to buy back, which delays his X timing. And XXS still has the armlet, so should be
Arena to keep them from throwing the right clicks in, but they've got the Remnant, and now XXS will burn out.
yeah. Wasn't fast enough with the blink.
refuse gold given.
Alright, so yeah, he wants to finish his Deso and then go into the shot. You definitely don't want to go into the shot before the Deso, especially with the new snowball mechanic that item has.
Yeah, he's chopping these heroes with the Deso. It does become a little bit easier, and we've seen Bobica go for these builds on these Monkey Kings where he gets something like an Orchid, but now it's a Diffusal.
And then he
Going
bought
double
the
Wraith
Wraith Bands
Band
after.
too.
Yeah. A Wraith Bando. I mean, it's pretty value. Gives a lot of armor. It actually gives like 5.5 armor, I think, after minute 25. Which supports they won't really have full inventory. Planet gets diffused up. Oh!
Steals the tree dance and is able to get upstairs into the tree. Meanwhile, on the other side, they have the Nightmare, the Fiend Script committed, looking for the Wukongs.
The MK ults a lot of damage.
They get the kill on a 7E. They look over at ZZQ, and they should be able to finish off the Enchantress here, too. It's taking some time. Bobica's eating a lot of damage from this. They still get the kill on a Planet. They'll lose Bobica, take out ZZQ. 3 goes down on the side of EHOME. Zeal and the Primal split. Now needs to run. He'll keep the Storm Panda forward.
That fight would have been a lot worse if Bobica didn't dodge the Primal Spring of the Rubik. Because then the Wukongs would have ended much sooner. Very good awareness. That, you know, the Rubik was jumping in, also of the timing. Not easy.
Game's sitting at about a 1,000 net worth lead right now for Aster. It's really only Shiro who's got decent net worth on the side of EHOME.
Yeah, at least the Bane is really poor, but it's really not what you're looking for. All 3 cores of the Radiant are sitting very comfortable. Deso's up now though, so he can output a lot of damage, but they have a lot of armor on the Radiant side, other than the Void Spirit and Bane. Seven is going Javelin into BKB. His game is absolutely terrible, actually. He has no money at all.
Very far behind. He's actually not too close, but close with Monkey King.
Yeah. Who's now going Orchid next, so Diffu into Orchid, doubling down on that. Zeal's pretty close to the Axe Scepter though, so once that's up, a massive power spike for him. 4-man smoke, Shiro pushing up bottom, should probably connect to them. Where do they want to go? Top?
Nightmare and Piku in trouble. He'll try to survive, and he doesn't have Brain Sap. He does have Fiend Script. There's the Yules, the Aether, and now the Wukong's coming out, but they've got the Nightmare save. They'll have to retreat, though, for a second.
That was a very good Nightmare save.
Trying to take away their mana. ZZQ walks right through the Wukong's command. Bobica up and trying to find a way to escape all this. He does get himself free, though.
He was just waiting on a tree the entire time. He's invis on Ori right now. Has a Yules to set up as well, potentially. But he's just going to the pit, huh? Well, they don't have Wukong, so it's a little bit harder to fight on the pit, of course. Oh, there could be a massive stun. Ooh, lines it up perfectly.
Strike on the 3. Aether Remnant lands on a ZZQ. And Ori over to the side. They've got themselves the primal split. They take the first life out of the hands of Shiro. Cyclone onto the Bane. Fade Bolt. Nightmare trying to save himself. There's the kill for EHOME. We've got the Arena XXS. They get the kill into 7E. They'll take out
Shiro has no reincarnation.
And now they're going to look over as they've got the telekinesis out and lands on a Monet.
Root.
Shiro trying to run, but the balance strike is there, and they'll get the kill. Monet gets credit for the kill on a Shiro, taking out both the 1 and 2. The spear lands on his EZQ. The stolen balance strike, but into the Aether Remnant, so Planet's dead. That's 3 heroes gone on the side of EHOME, and only this Bane gone on the side of Aster, and they should be able to go back into Roche.
Yeah, perfect fight for Aster. Massive Monkey King stun. I don't know why they thought they could just do Roshan so easy. Or they can catch him with the spear actually. They have damage. They do.
Yes, they do.
Your actions endanger that which you
He didn't skill his magic rest talent and didn't buy a casual cloak, so his magic rest isn't up to par. But yeah, 7k gold ahead now. So the game was completely even before this. But like, I don't know what made them decide to just go Roshan. Like, it was never gonna happen, and it didn't happen. No, there's no Wukongs, but it's just a support Monkey King. No, his stun is still a big deal. He gets it on 3 and starts the fight. I think Wraith King died to Roshan pretty much almost, didn't he? He had like 200 health or something.
He ended up, I believe, falling technically to Monet, but yeah, Roche was putting his input there.
Like the first death, I think, was just. Oh, they got a Fiend's Grip. 70 again. Bye.
Oh boy, 7E getting caught.
His
still
game is so
here.
over.
Now he's equal with Bobica.
Yeah, his game is just so over. Look at his like itemization. He went into Javelin, didn't even finish the Maelstrom, Ogre Axe, trying to go into BKB. No way. No way for him to recover this game. They're basically now sitting with 4 supports and Shiro.
Did they get this? No, he went Blink Dagger, so Wraith King foregoing the shard. I'm gonna catch you though.
Gets the first charge on it. I don't know how that works. It says Desert gets +2 damage per hero kill and +1 damage per assist. There was an assist, but he got +2. How does that add up?
Did he not have it in a previous fight?
No, it was 0 before. That doesn't seem like it's working like intended.
I could have sworn he had it in the fight over at Roche.
He had it, but he didn't get a kill or assist with it.
He might have gotten credit for the assist on the Bane, though.
No, like, as I clicked on him at the Ancients, he had 0. Maybe coding bug? I don't know. It's a beta game after all. Alright, Troll has his BKB finished already, so time to smoke up. Ori also dealing a massive amount of damage while ZQ's gone.
Yeah, very quick kill on his EZQ.
There's one split already expended. Does he have another one? He has one more. I gotta say though, like when I look at his micro with the rulings, like he doesn't look super comfortable on the hero. Gets caught up with the use though. They don't have the grip though.
Yeah, they will catch him with the spear after the Aether Remnant. The balance strike follow-up is there, and Ori gets a mega kill streak. He had that one death over bottom where they tried to save the tier 1, or tried to save the bottom lane after the tier 1 tower went down. And since then, he has been rolling.
Yeah, his Void Spirit is actually really good. Like, his spell casting is very on point. Oh yeah, there was a dieback from Zeal actually from before, so he's just dead for a super long time.
His game goes behind Bobica as well.
Yeah, Bobica is way too rich at this point.
Who's about to have this Orchid.
I mean, Wraith King is not really a hero that can 1v5 like this. He needs at least some support.
next to seek my blade.
They want to go get him. Monet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Use those phase boots to try and catch up.
The problem is also Shiro is behind Troll, and the other 2 cores are literally on his heel. Like 100 gold behind on Mars,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
400 behind on Void Spirit. This is not looking good at all for EHOME. Aster's looking a lot better today than it did in the previous series.
Yeah, this game in particular looks cleaner from them, and they haven't shown as many mistakes. I think the only big mistake they made was bottom.
Yeah, it was a very crucial mistake, but they recovered. Nightmare, any follow-up? No. Just hit the tower. Also, Brigand Blade just got buffed, which for me was one of the strongest neutral items already. Now it deals 10 damage per missing health instead of 8.
10 more damage to each 10%.
10% missing. So if you have 80% health missing, you get plus 80 damage, which is insane. For a tier 2 item, way too much damage.
So is that something that would be good on, say, like Huskar?
Huskar, Wind Ranger, all these super high attack speed heroes. Agi heroes in particular, they make such good use of it. But it also just gives attack speed and raw damage, right? So it's probably good on most carry heroes. But the more attack speed you have, the more
you can take advantage of it.
Yeah.
It's going to do the most when you do in fact have, say, Monet who's going into the battle trance at like...
Yeah. His damage output is going to be absolutely insane.
Pair him up with the Dazzle and, you know, and keep him real low for longer.
Well, the Orcus is already done on Monkey, and yeah, as we said, his net worth exceeds the one of the Ember and the Brewmaster.
And now he's going Shadow Blade. His attack speed's pretty up there at the moment. Jump down the arena, they look over to try and get this kill out onto Zeal. They had the Orchid from Bobica. I believe that was enough to get the finishing blows without him getting that primal split off. Bobica surviving all the onslaught that's coming and eventually does fall to 7E. But that will get that kill.
Look at Monkey's armor. He's sitting at 30 right now because it just hit 25 minutes. So his triple Wraith Band, they get all the double bonuses.
Yeah. I wish it would update.
Yeah, me too.
And show the bonuses.
Yeah, it looks a bit silly like this. Oh, Planet, that's the cheeky, as the British people would say.
Yeah. Let's go get a scone and some tea afterwards, right?
I had a scone today for breakfast. Pretty nice.
Does sound good. I don't know why I'm knocking it. Meanwhile, 7E caught by Ori solo and...
Why almost dies from full health. Oh,
survives with like 30 health.
Wait, something isn't adding up here. Isn't he supposed to have... Or maybe my game is just bugged. How much plus armor does Monkey have for you?
13.
Oh, it's just plus 9 for me. Yeah, it should be 13. So I thought it was bugged. No, it should be more than 13. You should get plus 12 from just the Wraith Bands and then plus 5 from the Dragon. It should be plus 17. So yours is also bugged.
Interesting. Balance Strike and a ZZQ. They're TPing in XXS.
Run,
ZZQ does have that Lotus Orb, but I don't know if that's going to matter. They'll land the Spear, and it is on the money. Oni now on a killing spree.
Yeah, 70 finally into his first item BKB at 27 minutes. That is absolutely nothing. Probably the poorest Ember I've seen in a long, long, long time.
We haven't really talked about Monet all that much, but he's kind of had a free game. There's not much to talk about. It's a typical troll build with Battle Fury, Basher, BKB.
Yeah.
He's kind of been quiet, right?
Yeah, didn't have to make too much noise though, because the rest of his teammates have been tearing it up. Now I don't know if it's actually bugged or just bugged for me. It's making me a little bit annoyed.
We'll see in a second.
How will we see?
Well, is it bugged for you and not the observer? Is the question. Fiend's Grip out on 70.
Oh no, the grip again.
He's all by himself. Astral Step and then the Spear with the God's Rebuke is enough to get the kill. Very easy.
Can we click real quick on the Monkey King, please? Alright, he has plus 17.
Okay. Yeah, for them.
That's just bugged for me.
Spear lands. Oh boy, that actually caught
Monet strong here.
Who still doesn't have the shard, but it's not going to matter. He'll get the reincarnation. They'll look over at Bobica. Bobica now stunned up at the Wraithfire Blast. And Balance Strike comes out, going into the Wukongs real quick. Fate bolts out. BKB's been popped by Shiro. They look over at ZZQ. They won't catch him. But over to the side, Zeal is here, and he goes into the Primal Split. They get the kill on the ZZQ. He ends up getting the split off the buyback on this Enchantress. The Stolen Spear, as well as the Fable being thrown over on a Bobica. Telekinesis on the tree, and eventually Shiro chops it down. They've got the arena, though, around this Wraith King. The spear hits onto the
Red King has no reconnection.
Saving Shiro. But Shiro up against these heroes can't survive. DZQ will also go down.
And Zeal's sleeping.
Planet can only just watch as, well, now Zeal, he's in trouble. And he gets speared, but doesn't latch. He doesn't have a primal split to go to anyway, so running away is going to be very difficult for him. Duels up into the air. They've got the silence. They'll get the kill. And that ends up being another for them.
Yeah, we'll forgive him for that spear. He played really well otherwise. Rubik has to be careful. Yule's up in 5. If he gets caught by the void, he's just dead. So he's going to be looking for it right now. As soon as he sees him. A little bit scared.
Dire's top tower
I don't want to do it. Not a Giga chat.
Mine is truly a blessed life.
Well, into the Satanic now on Troll. Done already. Roshan is up. So do that for free. I told you in the past, like, I find it okay that teams stay in the game for so long, but you have to make sure it doesn't cross the border of actually, you know, causing morale damage.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, emotional damage is very real, especially in a game like DOTA. I'm not even kidding.
I wasn't saying you were kidding.
Yeah, but some people might think that I was kidding, so I just have to make sure that they know that I'm not kidding.
It's very true. Yeah, I mean, it even happens in pubs, right? You play one more game, you get blasted, and you don't want to continue. Wow, okay, so some damage coming in out of the Bane to get the kill very quickly. He'll buy back, though, go to the stone to simulate. They look
she's just getting blown up too.
Silenced up. But they end up getting the primal split. They look over at XXS, and they'll take the first life out of the hands of Shiro. 70 continue to try and make something happen with the remnants moving forward. But the armor coming up from XXS, as well as right click coming in from Monet. They get the gun to Shiro. They'll take out 3. Now they'll find themselves 70. They'll call GG on EHOME, and Aster will take a very clean game number 1.
Team Aster.
Yeah, getting absolutely blasted off the planet in the last team fight. I think the only kill they got was Bane, who bought back immediately, gets a long grip off on the Wraith King, who's the only farmed hero on the home side anyway. Very unexciting, anticlimactic, but that's what happens when you have a team with 21k gold lead, right? At that point in the game. What do? You do nothing. You die, you say GG, you go next, you hope, you draft. Honestly, it wasn't even a draft.